Welcome to the Hmong Peeps Show, the one and only show that brings you ordinary people sharing extraordinary insights. Well, maybe. Here is your host, Chu Effin Lee.
Hey, what's up? This is Chu. Welcome to the Hmong Peeps Show. Today I have 4 special guests here today. I have Pang, True, V, and Rosanna. They're from the Hmong Women Today. There's going to be an event coming up this Sunday, January 25th from 1 to 4 p.m. But I can't remember the location, so I'll turn it over to you guys to fill that part out. So say hi. Say hi to the...
Hi, this is Rosanna. The location's going to be at Creative Results Office in Roseville, right off of Highway 36 and Rice Street. The exact address is on the event page, so if you're interested, go onto our website. It'll link you to the event, and then it'll give you the exact address.
All right, so tell the viewers a little bit about what Hmong Women Today is, and then we can probably go around and just see why you guys decided to be a part of this.
Okay, so I will start. Hi everyone, my name is Pang Zhang. I am one of the Hmong Women Today Twin Cities regional leaders for Hmong Women. Repeating myself, Hmong Women Today. So I'm going to just kind of briefly talk about what Hmong Women Today is, and it is just a community of Hmong women coming together, redefining themselves, and rediscovering themselves, and living authentically, and building relationships with others where it's empowering. Am I missing anything? And supportive. Yeah. Supportive. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna. So that's what Hmong Women Today is, and I'm gonna have Annie, True, talk a little bit about Annie, the founder.
Hi everyone, my name is True Lee. Annie Lee is actually the founder for Hmong Women Today. She's based out near Bay Area in California. She lives in Manteca, California. Amazing woman, and the most amazing thing about her is about 2 years ago, I had the chance to meet her, and back then Hmong Women Today was only an idea. It has not even been put into anything concrete yet. And in the last 2 years, we came a long ways, coming from an idea to a group now. It started out in California, and now we have our Mung chapter. And I believe there's a few more chapters coming up now, too. I know Wisconsin is opening a chapter, and there's a few more chapters in California, because that is such a widespread state. Annie is an amazing, phenomenal leader. She's done so much to guide women, all sorts of women with different background, different knowledge, different class, and everyone is able to come into agreement with her. And that's the one thing that's most fascinating about her. And it's just been an amazing, like an honor working with her. And just to see how she's evolved, just through her evolution to how she's evolved, it's helped me a lot too. And I believe a lot of the women here can say the same thing too. Okay. I'm going to hand this over to you. Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself as well?
My name is V. Lee, and I'm also one of the regional leaders here in Minnesota. Also looking into this is our mission here at Hmong Women is pretty much for us to really reach out to more Hmong women out there and really expose them all a little bit and have them learn to get out there a little bit of their comfort zone, have quite a bit of self-awareness, to inspire others, to be able to create careers out there for other women, and also just showing them that there's possibilities out there that a lot of us don't know about. All walk of life. There's different young, older women that needs that service, the community based that they feel that they don't have a place where they could really be themselves. So this is a place where we could really be vulnerable and not be ashamed of who we are, and really just being us and be accepted. And I think that's definitely an amazing journey with all these women, and really be able to reach out there and then grow this community. So,
okay, cool.
My name is Rosanna, and I'm actually honored that Annie allowed me to be a part of the Twin Cities leadership team in order for us to really bring this here into the Twin Cities and reach out to the women here in this community. So that's all that I have to say.
All right. Well, I was going to ask all of you. I noticed that, True, you said that it's about a few years ago when Annie started, it was just an idea. And 10 years ago, there wasn't a lot of these type of resources for Hmong women. So 10 years ago, compared to the women back then to the women now, what do you see is the difference?
I honestly believe the biggest difference is a lot of Hmong women today have more support, because it's definitely through our Hmong men too. The Hmong men has changed. Their perspective has broadened a lot. They are, not to say the Hmong men are narrow-minded, but they are definitely a lot more open to a lot of things now. And the support they've shown their women is definitely a lot more different now than it was 10 years ago. And I think it's not just women who are able to come out, it is the men who are pushing and supporting the women too. And I think as a community, that's why it is strictly, this is all about Hmong women, but it's all about too remembering who are your supporting guide, and how we are able to say the things we can say today. It's truly not just our own effort, but it's the entire community involving as a whole.
Okay. And have you experienced getting any resistance or pushback from the community, whether it's from Hmong women or Hmong men?
That's one thing. We're so new here, and I have not experienced that at all. I think because we're so respectful of everything, it's not about one agenda or one gender. It's really about how can we collectively be a better community. It's not about encouraging women to leave behind the men or anything. I think oftentimes when we talk about empowering women, usually there's a lot of belittling of men, and that's not something we encourage here at all. And most of us are married too. Me being married, I think I really honor the fact that having a strong backbone, and I think that's one thing that a lot of women who come into our meeting, I know the first one that we had was a very huge success. I don't know if any of you guys have anything else to add.
Well, I could definitely say that, Hmong women today, we have not experienced any type of negativity or any pushback from the community. Really, this is the Hmong women today community is women from all walks of life. Could be somebody who's really successful, who's a CEO, to a stay-at-home mom, to student. And they all are kind of embracing what we've got out there. This is definitely something of a need in the community that we don't have. We have similar organizations out there, but they really focus on certain things. And what we are here to do is to really pull that all together and be able to offer these type of resources, like for example, like there's Empowering Hmong Sisters, or there's Nuchia. There's so many other women organizations out there, and they do great things in the community. But for us, we try to pull all of that together and really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about 10 years from now? Where do you guys expect to see Hmong women collectively? We talked about 10 years ago, now, and then what about 10 years down the road?
I think from the way, just hearing what Annie was saying the other day at our leadership group is that she has a bigger vision of this. Like, we're talking like not just something little. This is more than just empowering like us women, but this is definitely a movement. This is going to be something that we want to grow in different states also, because it's like growing so fast from California then already to Wisconsin. We have people just volunteering to do this. This is not us like, going there and actually pick and choose who we want to do, but people are willing to put their time to invest it so that in the long run, in the future, we could be better role models for ourselves, but our community, our children, and, our spouses, things like that. And I think in the long run, I think Annie's vision in this is definitely a movement, something more regional.
Good.
Yeah, I can definitely say that 10 years from now, this idea of Hmong women today is definitely going to be like full blown. I know there in other communities like Mikanayot, but you more the organization or these motivational speakers out there that really inspire people to live by their value, and that's how you live authentically. Is to live by what you value the most. Like for me, I value family, being family oriented, like very involved in my family, and I want. Of course, I want that in my spouse too as well, and so there are the things that you value. We want to really live by that, and I know like our Hmong community right now, the Hmong women right now, we have that hunger from for so long, and that's why we're moving so fast, is because we had that hunger. Right now we're moving so fast to do what we're doing because we have that hunger. And 10 years from now, it's going to be completely different. Is we're going to have motivational Hmong women that are motivational speakers are going to be helping to inspire other Hmong women to see that your dreams are not just dreams. You know, you live it, because that's something that's a passion. You know,
Yeah.
and so I think it definitely is going to be different 10 years from now.
Well, I was going to throw this out there too. While there's 4 of you out, on this show, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of women like you 4 who are very empowered and demonstrate strong leadership. And then on the other spectrum, there's the ones who feel like they can't do nothing, like there's no support, and they have to live this life of being oppressed or just not sure about how to become empowered or feel empowered. Have you guys done any outreach to that population?
Well, I think our first event, we had many girls that talked about having sisters living in different states and then wanting to really come out to our events because they've heard of the great things that we were doing. And we've mentioned for them to be added into our Facebook website, because we have a Hmong Women's Facebook website, that they could network online and also get the same support, because this is more a positive change versus a negative change. A lot of the women that is in that group also have traveled the same route as like a lot of these women who have been oppressed. And with their stories and the things that they've done, they could also share that and bring these women out so that they could also just help themselves, you know what I mean? Because they don't know where the outreach is if they don't know where it is. And they don't know how to seek it unless a sister or a cousin. We talk about referrals and bringing these girls in, so that they could get that from us. So.
And the last 2 events that we've had, a lot of those people that have come, they're strangers.
Yes.
We don't know them. They don't know the other guests that they're, who they are, but they've made relationships with other women that have come to our workshops. And I think that right there is already a first step to having a support.
And I can definitely add into how do we do the outreach? How do we reach out to those women that are not feeling like they have that support to come out?
Yeah, because I think some people that's going to view this video, they're going to envy where you guys are at as far as your experience and what the barriers you guys have broken through to be where you are today.
Completely agree.
To be independent, to be empowered. And some of these viewers are going to be like, oh man, I wish I could be those women. Or how do I break my barriers?
Right. It definitely is a challenge, and I definitely will pass the mic on this because I know each one of us have something to say about that. And definitely the outreach part to reach the women out there that are feeling like that, it is definitely a challenge. I think, this type of behavior, these type of actions that we ladies right now currently do is out of courage too, though, and having some type of support, having someone that was able to help empower us to step out of our comfort zone. So the outreach part really is our attendees right now are very they are very independent. However, we do want them to encourage the attendees right now to go home and say, this group that I went to or this event that I went to with these Hmong women today, they were so amazing. It was inspiring. There were people I connected with, and maybe you should come next time because I met this person and this person, that person. So really, I think right now the outreach is word of mouth and continuous word of mouth, because we can't just host one event and then help to empower somebody at home who feels this oppression and to be able to come out to the next one. It takes time.
Yeah, I think V said something earlier that was important. She said this is a movement.
Right.
And a movement it doesn't have an end date to it. It's ongoing.
Right.
So
yes,
I get it.
Completely. So I'm gonna give a chance to the ladies to talk about this, like how to outreach to these ladies out there that feel
I think my number one recommendation for a lot of women out there is call a sister up. Can just be someone a friend of yours. Talk to them, but truly know what to talk about. I think a lot of time, Hmong women, we get together, we talk, but we don't talk about something important or something that can move our life forward. We tend to gossip. So I'm very mindful of that. I always, and my friends too, I mean, they know me. They don't try to, a lot of my friends are very careful about gossiping in front of me. But I always tell them, when you're going to talk about something that will move your life forward. Ask good questions. Learn how to ask the right questions. And that's something that Annie Lee always focus on. If you know how to ask the right question, the universe will respond with the right answers. And I encourage women to start talking about good things in life. Stop manifesting on the bad things. Poor me, my husband did this to me, or my husband won't let me go out, or my mother-in-law did this or that to me. Why don't you talk about what did you do today to better someone else's life, or were you proud of what you did today? I think not enough of us think of having that kind of discussion when we come together with our sisters or our friends. And it starts there. It truly starts there, and your courage slowly build upon that.
Nice.
I also think, a lot of positivity in your life too. I think that we are so much, there's so much negativity that a lot of Hmong women are just pretty much, just kind of like adding to what True was saying, a lot of the gossip and complaining. I think that once you understand what you're really grateful for and what you already have, you're more mindful about what else you can have and what you can receive. You do have to open your stream to receive a lot more. A lot of us, stop our walls and we're not receiving because we haven't figured out how to receive, because we are the nurturer and we are the giver. As a woman, that's what we tend to do. But we forget to take care of ourselves. And self-love in this group, it's amazing. I mean, I have never seen women love themselves this much in Hmong women. I mean, going from the exercising and the losing weight, and their stories are just like, they've all struggled. We've all struggled with the same thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's, yeah. So definitely we all understand that we are all imperfect, and the beauty part about this is that we embrace that part of that. We embrace our imperfection, and we move forward with that, overcoming those, situation. We don't focus on what's happening at the moment, but we know how to tweak that to say, hey, okay, that happened to me, but don't react to it. What's a positive change that you could do at that moment? How do we turn that around so that we'll go in the right direction so that we could get past that? Because everything shall pass either way. So, it's like if we just work together, kind of like, we all need this service. We all need these women group because that's our support ground. When we fall back down, we get on our knees, these are the people that are going to be like, hey, I'm here to lift you up. I'm not here to put you down. I'm here to be just a listening ear. I'm not here to fix everything. But you want a solution? Let's work towards that goal. Let's put a solution to it. And let's move forward. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so how do you get there? I think for me, it's just when you wake up and you realize you're just tired of the same old routine, or whatever it is that is missing in your life. And you wake up and you realize that this isn't for you anymore. Whether it's just doing what you've wanted to do all along. And this is what Hmong Women Today is. It's to provide an outlet for women to come together, be creative, share your stories, share your ideas, and be supportive of one another. And I think through that just being a part of this has helped push me through a lot of my own barriers or my self-limiting ideas. So if you're sitting there and you're wondering, is this something for me, or is this something that maybe not for me? Well, just ask yourself if you need some inspiration in your life.
And we're fun too.
Yes.
We're not that serious.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think the mission, the intentions of what you guys are doing is great. I applaud you guys for what you've done, and my it's not a concern, but it's something to think about, which is I wonder if the more you guys grow, I think that a lot of the men out there who are still stuck in that traditional mindset of men are better than women, I'm wondering how would you handle that if, men, those type of men, there's still a lot of them out there, believe it or not. How would you resolve or avoid that conflict or move past that? Because I'm sure that as you guys evolve, you're going to become a threat to some of these people, even though those were not your intentions. And these old men, I shouldn't say old men, but those men with those traditional values start to look at your group as a threat. How would you guys respond to that?
Jeez, that's a really tough question to go about, because I'm one of those who don't like any conflict. And, the best thing you can say is, if you have a better woman in your household, things would just help push your family forward. With all honesty, our intention is to build strong families. That's it. And strong families involve men as well. I think what we should do as a community is try our very best to not come off threatening, but I see what you mean. Some way, somehow, we will be faced with that.
Right.
When that does come, I believe we will have to deal with that at that time. At that time, it's
okay.
It's I don't know how else you guys can address that. I think every situation is so different.
Sure.
It is definitely going to be unique it is definitely going to be unique and of a challenge. And like I mentioned before, that our elders are still here. Our traditions are still very much alive. There's certain things we can probably take off the list, but those certain things are still very much alive right now. Like, what our roles are supposed to be in the traditional mindset is completely different in some of our most of our women's mindset right now. And I think when we face that, really it's just to act upon it with kindness. That it's okay that this is not their it's not their fault that their mind is conditioned to think in the way that they do, because it's a behavior learned. They weren't born to be like this. It's just a behavior learned. And as we continue to do what we do, and we continue to show kindness to and respect for those that still have that mindset, along the way they will definitely understand that our intentions are not to break anything down. It is to support one another and to equally show each other that we can contribute to each other and benefit the positive things in life.
Okay.
So, let me add to that. I think another thing too, what I learned too is that I'm actually daddy's daughter, so I'm really close to my father, so I completely understand this whole with the men and how they perceive women and things like that. I think us just being really respectful to them too, as them being our man, our protector, the one who secure our household and things like that. We need to know that they are still the face of our community. We do have to become, a lot of women think that being submissive is us not being able to listen to what they're telling us. But the truth is, with a strong woman behind a very successful man, it's always very true, because, I've seen the way, my mom and my dad are, and when they go about their business and stuff like that, or in the community even, my mom will always back up my dad 100%, and my father is always the face. And, we respect him as our honorable father, So I look at it as for the traditional or culture, we women, even though we are empowering and we help each other or serve each other like that, it's not for us to become a threat to men. You know what I mean? It is for us to learn how to be more respectful and not to react to that, to love them, to know better, to do the right thing, and also be the bigger person in this picture, and also have the patience and the knowledge to know that they don't know any better, and we know. So, we'll be humble.
Good. I've noticed a trend, and this is my experience. I don't think there's any research to this, but from what I've seen in my community, my family, my clan, about 10, 15 years ago, the Hmong women was looked at. I'm going to try to play a Hmong woman here, okay? But the mindset that I see, and I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, what I've observed, okay? So back then, it was more like very submissive. Okay, I won't do that. Okay, I won't do this. I won't do that. Yes, you're right. I'm afraid that you're not going to love me, saying to the parent. I need to make you proud, or I need to make my husband proud. I need to prepare myself so I can be a good wife. And now it's changing towards questioning those. You know, it's like, do I really need to be a good wife? What about, can he really be a good husband?
I think I know what you're getting to.
And then maybe 10 years down the road is like, I don't need you anymore. Okay?
No, not necessarily. I think in an early age, at least for me, being taught to, I don't want to say please, but it is to please my parents, to please my family, to please whoever, my partner, to make that is what makes a happy ending or a happy family. And what I would like to do is to remind women that, wait, first please yourself. Love yourself. Do something for yourself, not just what everyone's telling you what you should do. And that's what I would like to see 10 years. Not necessarily I don't need anybody, but just knowing how to love yourself and honor yourself, and taking other people's ideas, suggestions, or their values into a consideration, and not having to feel pressured to go by that.
Yeah, when I use that example of the 3 phases that I've seen, I'm not trying to say that's how women should be. I mean, and it just doesn't apply to women at all. I think it applies to my generation as well, our generation, where we are kind of stuck in this bubble of trying to please our parents or our traditional values of what a Hmong person should be. And we're living in a country, it's a wonderful country, by the way. It's a land of opportunity. I've experienced that myself. And it's an opportunity for us to challenge the traditional values from our parents. And challenging it, I don't think there's anything wrong with challenging some of those ideas or ideologies, but I just have a strong feeling that a lot of those values are not going to work here, and we need to accept that, and we need to figure out how to make that be helpful for our life here in this country. Because if we can't break those barriers, I mean, when I look at the 4 of you, and you guys are doing great things, the stuff that you guys, I can never fully genuinely experience what you guys went through as Hmong women growing up to where you are today. I've seen it happen to my sisters. I've seen it happen to my mom, to the females in my clan, my family. I never liked it, but I think one of you guys said men have to be responsible too. We have to look at that, and we need to make a decision whether that's something that is right, fair, or whatever word you want to use. Is that going to be helpful for the female in our family? And I use this example quite a bit when it comes to Hmong females in our community. We should look at the females as that's just not a female person. That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's mom. That's somebody's sister. So if my sister goes out and marries a guy that treats her like crap, I'm not going to be happy with that, because that's my sister. And when I look at my wife, I see her that way too. She's just not my wife. She's a mother now to my kids. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's sister. And I have to respect her from that perspective, and really see her as not in just one role, because she plays so many roles. And I'm not saying this to kiss butt, by the way. Okay. Just because there's 4 strong women here, it doesn't mean they might kick my butt later. No, but honestly, that's what I really do. That's how I feel about the Hmong women today. And I'll give a personal story for you guys. So I'm the oldest of 8, and my wife and I, when we got married, I finished college and my graduate program before she did, but my support for her was not about feeling sorry for her. It was more of, it made sense to me that if I can help support her get a higher education, get a good job, our income's going to go up together, and we're going to have a lifestyle, a quality of life that is easier for us and what we want. So it makes sense to support her to do that. And also I looked at it this way too. If something tragic were to happen to me and I wasn't there to support her from the beginning, what's going to happen to her while I'm gone? And so I think about my kids, and so that was my reasoning behind, okay, I finished school, and now how can I help you finish school or reach your potentials with your academic journey? And, I'm very proud of her. She was able to finish her undergrad and her graduate program, and today, and this is not no prediction, but let's say if me and her were to split up for whatever reason, I think she's going to be okay without me because of of her achievements. And I don't take full credit for it. I mean, I was there to support her. That's the honest truth. But it would have been a lot easier for other Hmong women if they had that support from their husband as well. And I don't see, while Hmong women are changing and evolving, there's still those cases where there's those type of Hmong men who are very controlling and don't want the women to be more successful than they are.
And I definitely have to comment on that we do have to be responsible, regardless if we're a man or a woman, a mom or a dad. I am a mom, and I feel responsible to make sure that I raise my sons to understand and be respectful to their sisters or to girls, and I do the same for my daughters. And I want them to understand, to be respectful to one another, and to to just be just respectful. So as a parent, you have that responsibility. And I think our behaviors, our daughters, our sons, our brothers, sisters, their behaviors are all learned by the environment that they're around. And it definitely is going to be changing because we are in an environment constantly changing. We don't live at home. We're not at home, a lot anymore. We're out and about. We're at school, so we start to kind of learn other people, see the environment, what other people's values are, and so I think the generations, it's going to change. Yeah. The mindsets are going to change, but everyone has a responsibility on these behaviors that are learned. Yeah. I don't know if you guys want to comment on that.
And I think, Chu, to address that question where you said there's going to be these Hmong men who are very stubborn, very in control. Yeah. You can't separate a respectable cultural man from a straight-up rude man. Those are two very separate things. Okay. So when in the work that I see for all of us to do, we're not here to respect people who are rude or have no manners. I think as a whole, I think they will see in a same alignment as the same vision we do too. I truly believe that. It is not about over surpassing them or stepping on their toes at all. I think the vision we have for Hmong women today, they will agree with us too. In terms of speaking on behalf of Chibokjai or Chimo manners that like to be in control, that I can't speak for because that is beyond something else that we can't even address here now. But I think for me and for the group of the women is overall, what is going to be in alignment with our culture? Of course, it's to preserve the Hmong culture. It's to preserve what we came to America with. It's to preserve our parents' core agenda. It is to respect the elderlies. And it's to preserve all of that with respect at the same time, excelling ourselves and our community too. And I think anyone who's a leader in the Hmong culture will see the same vision we do too. I don't think our vision is separate from them. The reason why I say that is recently I sat down with one of the elderly in Beijing Mongmo. My husband's right here too. Sat down with Latu Chanotja, and he is one of the most respectable men. I walked out of their respect in the Hmong culture so much more because of him. And when we question these Hmong men who wants to be in control, I don't think it's Chanotja. I don't think it's Hmong law or Bojai. I think it's just So that's something else. I think I hope I don't offend anyone by saying this, and I hope to gain the support of like someone like my dad and someone like So yeah.
Cool. Well, let's go back to the event. I want you guys to sell the event, okay? Yeah. So this event, again, it's happening on January 25th, and I'm glad that we had a lengthy discussion about what your perspectives are about the community, about the Hmong women, because I think that message, and there were a lot of messages in our discussion, and I hope that for all of you viewing this video, you can find that some of that message will resonate with you, and you will want to reach out to the Hmong women today and excel in whatever your struggles may be.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead with that event.
So the fun part. It is on Sunday, the 25th, our first event for the year, which is a fundraiser. We are asking for donations, and I will let True talk a little bit more about why we're asking for donations. She's had firsthand experience, so she knows. But really, we're just trying to raise funds to kick off the year, and this event is to help guide you to have a successful 2015. What you can expect from the event is a positive and empowering feeling after you leave, hopefully. And we're going to provide you with food, not really food, but snacks and drinks and stuff. But we'll be providing tips, tools, suggestions, kind of a time for you to really reflect on what you want to create in 2015, and maybe reflect on your 2014, what didn't work, why it didn't work. And we'll also have 2 guest speakers. One of them is going to be Chu. He's going to be there to help us and provide us tips and ideas on manifesting, which is really fun. So I'm really excited. I hope that you guys can all come out and support us. You won't be disappointed, and if you are, I would love to know why, so we can change or make whatever adjustments, because this event really is about you. It is not about the 4 of us. We want you to come in there with questions. We want you to come with confusion, so maybe we can all come together and help you figure it out.
For this event coming up this Sunday, I'm actually really excited. I've been telling a lot of my friends, and especially reaching out to women who I know deserve this more than anyone else. I've been telling them, come prepared with what you want to excel, your dreams and goals in life. And especially for 2015, it's really about coming to this event and learning how to reposition yourself for great success this year. Whether or not that success happened this year, it's going to be the beginning of you chasing your dream. And we have guest speakers who are who has the expertise strong enough, they have strong intuition to guide you to make right decisions, because a lot of time we know what we want to do, but guess what, that's a million good things we want to do. And you can never, it's about coming out with clarity, having some sort of clarity, knowing what you want out of life, and repositioning yourself for that. And I'm excited for all of you viewers here. I hope you do whatever you can, open up your schedule to come. And with going back to the fundraiser part that Rosanna spoke about, our goal here is to have a Hmong woman retreat here in Minnesota. I was fortunate enough to attend the one in California. That took place in Nevada City. If you've never been to Nevada City in California, it is beautiful. It's up in the mountains. The air you breathe is so clean. I've never take such beautiful breaths before in my entire life. It was beautiful up there. And the whole idea behind this is literally 1 weekend away from your kids, from your distractions, your family, to really work on yourself. And Annie Lee, the founder of Hmong Women Today, is the one who will be taking charge of this event here. We're looking at the retreat, getting the perfect location, because it's so important that the retreat has the right elements, the right tone to refresh you, because what we do at these retreats is really about getting in tune with the emotion and really sorting through your emotions. Literally, it becomes a very emotional event. You literally break it down into pieces until you're down on the floor. And then Annie Lee and the rest of the women will build you back up into a whole new, better version of yourself emotionally and physically. And I think that's one thing that if you ever gone through those kind of exercises, it is one of the most phenomenal things. I've been, I think being an entrepreneur, we go to a lot of these seminars. You know, you heard from Anthony Robbins, you heard from Jared Robbins. I've met Jared Robbins too. You hear from all these great speakers who, and I hardly ever run across another Hmong attendant at some of these seminars, and that's something that I really want our Hmong people to experience more of. And I am so proud of Annie to be the one stepping up and doing this. And the Hmong retreat is really about out of her volunteer. Oftentimes these events cost thousands of dollars per attendee. And this Hmong women retreat, we're raising money for it to really book the right resort with the right environment, with the right elements, so that it can really feel right to piece your emotions together, to do some of these exercises together. And that's what we're raising funds for. The goal is to cut down the costs for the women who need this the most, and to be able to have extra funds to sponsor and pay for someone's registration. So once we have enough fundings, we'll figure out where the location will be, and we'll open up space, and we'll know how much it's going to cost per person. The goal is to have as much of it covered for as possible.
Definitely have to comment that. Keep in mind, this is a fundraiser, so it's for men and women. If you cannot make it to the event, there's other ways you can help donate, or if you can think of any ideas of where a great retreat could be held at, please do let us know. It would be really great to just hear your feedback on where you've been to, where it could be a good place. Anything else that we may have missed?
I mean, Hmong women also have like T-shirts for fundraising that we have too. We're looking to obviously grow bigger with the fundraising, things like that. If anybody out there have any ideas of what they want to do, women are so crafty and things like that. So if there's women out there who are really crafty and that really want to put their skills into play, we welcome all these women aboard so that they could pretty much put that into a career path or a hobby path or anything, so they could explore something that they're passionate about and really be able to use that as a fundraising for themselves or their family, or just maybe as a hobby to take the stress away too. So.
All right, so do you guys have any final thoughts? And then I'll close it off with my final thoughts about the event.
Sure. Make sure you check us on our website. We just launched it this year. It's really gorgeous. And we do have a community page on Facebook that is specifically for women. But feel free to like us on our public page too. And if you have any questions about the event coming up on Sunday, any questions you want to ask the four of us, yes, whatever questions you have, there are no dumb questions. All questions are welcome. You can email us at twincities@mungwomantoday.com, and Shu will put up our contact information there too.
Yes, I will.
So kind of one last thing.
Sure.
If you guys are hearing this and you guys are inspired by what Hmong Women Today is, and you don't live in a city that have this type of support group yet, and you feel that you or a sister of yours or someone you know, you guys can bring together a group of ladies to start this up in your city or in your town, please connect with us too as well. We are definitely looking to grow, and so definitely comment or reach out to one of us so we can kind of get you guys set you in the direction or get you some guidance on how you can get that set up too in your town, your community.
Okay. All right. Well, as you guys heard, I'll be at the event. I'm going to be talking about how to manifest a life that you want, and I'm going to also be giving tips on how to create success or reach your goals for this year and for the rest of your life. So I would encourage all of you guys to try to make it out to this event. I'm going to give you guys a freebie at this point. As far as like creating success and manifesting the life you want. There's this saying, and a lot of us take this for granted. You are who you hang with. Keep that in mind, okay? Think about that. And if you guys want to put your success, your manifestation in high speed, I would definitely encourage all of you guys to come and meet with these powerful and empowering and independent, awesome women that you guys see on this video, because if you are who you hang with, you got to be with like-minded people. And if you think about your life right now, why you're struggling or why you're not getting what you want in life, maybe it's the people you're hanging around with. So please come and check this event out, January 25th from 1 to 4. And I keep forgetting the place. Rosanna, can you take care of that, please, again?
I don't remember the address.
Oh,
I'm
great.
sorry,
Well,
Steven.
you guys will see it on the description of this video.
But it's in Roseville, Minnesota, right off of
All right.
Highway 36 and Rice Street.
Okay.
Creative Results.
All right. Cool. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.
All right. We are done.